one of the most important outcomes for the mentoring program for kids with disabilities is inclusion, making sure that they have the opportunity to participate in different activities without always the helping hand of their parent.
Children are able to participate in programs that they previously weren't able to, and I think it's good for that child, but it's also good for the quote-unquote normal peers to interact with them too. I think both sides benefit from it.
He started when he was very young. He was only 3. In fact, I think we were probably one of the first families to be a part of the mentoring program. At that point, he was nonverbal, he couldn't take direction, a lot of physical energy, but it was unfocused energy.
It gives Mitch a chance to interact with other adults other than his own parents or his siblings. So I think that it helps him prepare for life in the future too.
He looks so forward to going. He can relate to the kids that he's with. He just has the best time.
What we want to do is increase the physical activity levels among children and youth with disabilities to make sure that those children are involved in more physical activity than before the program started. And what we also want to do is blend in nutrition education in that program.
There's so many activities I've done with him, from outdoor basketball, throwing, catching, fundamental motor skills when he was 3, and now we're reaching more of lifetime skills such as swimming and bowling. There are a lot of different modifications I've made with my mentee. Specifically in swimming, I've used a lot of motivational techniques such as equipment to be thrown across the pool to swim towards, equipment to go underwater towards. I've been using ankle weights to get him the feeling to sink down under the water so that he gets the feeling of going underwater and letting himself sink. It's a hard concept to grasp if you don't know how to blow air out at the same time.
It means a lot to me to get out there and see him smiling and having fun in the programs and really growing. When he first started the program, he couldn't dribble, stand still, he kind of slapped at the ball, and now he's really progressed into, we're getting him to walk with the ball, and we're really working on trying to keep his head up, and knowing that I really helped with that, it really is very rewarding.
We've gone and worked out at the UW Lacrosse Rec Center, just walked around the track, used some of the equipment. We also like to do basketball and sledding, snowshoeing. I found that the group wellness activities were really great for getting the kids to know each other and social interaction that they aren't always able to get. We went caving. That was a lot of fun for a lot of the kids. They really enjoyed it. It was a challenge for many of them because those were a lot smaller, darker places than many of them have been, but they really enjoyed the chance to just crawl around with other kids.
The parent support is a big deal, because if you can get the parents on board with what you're trying to do in the mentoring program, then that just makes it so much easier for you to do what you want to do. Supposedly you're the expert as far as it goes with physical activity. It just gives you more free rein to do what you feel is right for Mitch, and it allows you to be more comfortable when you want to approach the parents on different ideas.
I found that the parent support is really key to getting the programs going and keeping the kid interested in the mentoring program. The kids worked better, they had a lot more fun, like, watch me mom, watch me dad. Kids really enjoyed when their parents are coming, and helps the parents to see the advances that the kids are having too.
The physical activity mentoring program has been huge for my students. It's fun to see that they're so excited having a mentor. At school I can work on certain skills, but then they can go with their mentor out in the community and actually use their skills.
When we get the mentees booklet, we get a thing in there that tells us who the teacher is and how to contact the teacher and get ideas of how to work with the mentee, you know, what the goals are, what they're working on in the school, so you can transfer from what they're working on in the school out to what you're working on with them in the community.
I just think it's a huge benefit for him to know that physical activity can be fun and rewarding, and then later on down the road it's still going to play a very important role in his life.
When he first started, he couldn't have the balance to lift a leg and kick a ball. He would just kind of walk through it, and now he'll go and lift his leg and kick, and he's just so proud that he can, you know, do these skills.
He has developed social skills that he did not have prior to participating in the program, and he believes in himself. He has much more confidence when it comes to participating in physical activities, especially with his peers.
It means so much to him, and it builds him up, his self-esteem. It's nice for my husband and I that he can be with someone that he cares about and that we can have a little time for ourselves too.
I think we're more active now than what we used to be. We go up north during the summer, and we go biking while we're up there. We go for long walks. He has a blast.
Since Eric's been enrolled in the mentoring program, we've really expanded the different activities that we do with him at home.
We're like copycats. We see a lot of the stuff they do, and we'll go try to buy equipment that kind of match that, and we'll, you know, do the same things.
I have learned to sled a little bit more than I ever used to. There are a number of things that I start to do now with him that just I've never really considered before. It is just about my child, but it's also about what the mentors will learn, because if they can then go back out into the community and take what they've learned and then engage with people differently.
It's very valuable for the students. They really benefit by being able to build their resume. They gain opportunities with clinical experiences. For instance, getting hands-on experience with kids with disabilities.
When I do get that full-time job and start my career as a full-time educator, I will be more experienced and more adept to the task at hand.
The mentoring program has granted me a ton of experience and professional development. It's given me the chance to get to know an individual child, make modifications, work with him, and grow a friendship.
I think that kids need someone that they can look up to, that they can do activities with and feel comfortable with, kind of like a big brothers, big sister thing.
He tells everybody he has two big brothers, and they kind of look at him like, no you don't, and he says, yeah I do, and then we have to explain what that is, but that's what it is to him.
As a mother of a child with disabilities, we really want our child to be normal and be accepted and to be able to interact like all the other children. And even if it's not at the level we thought it was going to be when he was born, you know, we all thought we'd be watching him play football and play baseball, and our dreams are different now. But now we can still watch him participate in sports and see him be part of a team and grow socially.
Just as a parent, to see the successes that Eric's had, just to see the smile that gets on his face, you just can't explain that.
As a mother of a child with a disability, it makes me so happy to see how happy he is that he can have a normal life like everybody else. All those kids deserve that. And that's all that my husband and I have asked, that he has a chance.